Hello class 8, this is Yasir Azam. Today I am going to continue the chapter metals and non-metals. In first part we had discussed about the physical properties of metals and non-metals. Today we are going to start with the chemical properties of metals and non-metals. So in this video I will discuss only about chemical properties of metals. We can say chemical properties of metals or chemical behavior of metals. Here what we are going to discuss, we are going to discuss their chemical behavior, that in what way they are going to react. Although all the metals react, have similar kind of reactions, but some metals react with more vigor, means their vigor varies. Some reacts very fast, some reacts very slow. So how we calculate that which metal is going to react faster and which is going to react slower? So for this we have our activity series in which the metals are arranged in decreasing order of their reactivity. It starts from potassium and ends to gold. Now this particular activity series is given in your book, in which hydrogen is added. So hydrogen is added just next to iron. Why I have not already mentioned, so as to make you people clear that only hydrogen among this activity series is a non-metal. We have to take hydrogen in this series because in the chapter we will discuss about some reactions related to hydrogen as well. Okay, displacement of hydrogen. So let us start with the chemical properties or chemical behavior of metal. First we will talk about these two metals. This is potassium and sodium. They both are very highly reactive. So whenever they are exposed to air, they starts reacting, okay, because they have very low ignition temperature. They instantly combines with oxygen and starts reacting. They form their oxides. What did you understand from my words? That metal react with oxygen to form metal oxides. Metal reacts with oxygen to form metal oxide. As they are very reactive, so we need to make them not to make them in contact of oxygen, we need to separate them from oxygen. So that is why these both metals are kept under kerosene. Okay, under kerosene. K is symbol for potassium, K is for kerosene. So you can make a trick to learn this. So they are kept under kerosene so that it get cut off from the oxygen, direct cut off from the oxygen. Let us talk about magnesium, aluminium, and let us take these three. Okay. These three are given in your book: magnesium, aluminium, as well as iron. They also react with the oxygen, but they react very slowly. They do not react like potassium and sodium react very rapid or very vigorously. They react slowly. They also form the oxides. What result in this? This result in tarnishing of magnesium, aluminium, and iron. They become tarnished. I am using the word tarnished. Tarnished means they lose their sheen. Sheen you can say as synonym of shine. They lose their shine. Okay, they react slowly and they form thin layer of oxides on magnesium, aluminum, and iron, and they lose their sheen. Now let us talk about magnesium. What happens when we heat the metals? When we heat the metal, like just take the example of magnesium, because it is different in terms of burning. When it burns with white dazzling flame. So we are taking example of magnesium. What does magnesium do? When it reacts with oxygen, it burns with white dazzling flame. Let us see the reaction of metals. Means how the metal oxide is formed. We are going to take the example of magnesium. When magnesium reacts with oxygen, it forms magnesium oxide. Okay, you need to write their names as well. This is magnesium. This is oxygen. Okay, and this is magnesium oxide. You have to write full name. Okay. So what happens when metal reacts with oxygen? It forms oxides. This is metal oxide. You can see if it is not much visible, you can see this reaction as well. Okay. Now what about iron? The discovery of iron has led a development or has given boon to development. Okay, because a lot of monuments are made with the help of iron. They are more strong now. So what happens to iron? Iron get rust. Okay, what is rust? It is a hydrated form of oxide. It is simply simple oxide, magnesium oxide, no hydrated, no water is added to it. But in case of iron, what happened? It formed hydrated oxide. You can see on this spray. Okay. And let us talk about copper. When we heat copper, it also do not react, but it forms black oxide. Copper forms on burning black oxide. When we talk about the gold and silver, as you know, they are noble metals, so they do not react. So as a result, they also do not form their oxides. Simply one reaction, they do not form their oxide. I should not say reaction because they do not react. Okay. Now we will talk about the compounds being formed. When they are formed, they form their oxide. What color they gives? Not only oxide. When they are in ionic form, which colors they give? When we talk about copper, copper gives green color. And this on hydrated, forming hydrated oxide give brownish red color. That is color of the rust. Brownish red color. Okay, जो इसका hydrated oxide है, that is only the rust. Okay, brownish red in color. Copper gives green. Other than this, all metals give grayish or white color. Okay, so this was about the action of air. This all I have told you is about action of air. Okay, we have discussed action of air. Whenever we say action of air, you should automatically understand that we are talking about oxygen. We are talking about oxygen. This is the action of air. Entire metals I have told you from sodium, potassium to magnesium, iron, copper. Okay, this was action of what? Air. Now let us see further. Now let us have the displacement of one metal by another. Here also the same logic will work. As I have told you in the activity series already, that a more reactive element was kept at the top. What will happen now? The elements or the metals which are more reactive are kept at the top. They will displace the lower one. Means, just take an example. The potassium was kept at the top. So naturally it will replace all the lower element from their compounds. Okay. Wherever they are, they will be replaced by the more reactive element. So what will happen? In your book it is given about aluminum and iron. They both will replace the copper from copper sulfate solution. Let us see the reaction. What will happen? As we know that iron is more reactive than copper. So when the copper sulfate reacts with iron, it will form iron sulfate plus copper will be displaced. So this is one of the example of displacement of one metal by another, in which we had taken one iron metal which has displaced the copper from copper sulfate solution and formed iron sulfate plus copper. This is one of the displacement reaction. For better vision, you can see this reaction as well. Okay. Okay. Now we are going to discuss about the displacement of hydrogen from water. So what will happen? Now when metals react, displacement of hydrogen from water. So what will happen? Now when metal will react with water, what will happen? Hydrogen will be replaced or displaced. So whenever you are going to write such reactions, always write hydrogen just before writing anything else, because you will get a clear understanding that yes, hydrogen is going to get removed or displaced. When sodium reacts with water, it displaces hydrogen. So you need to write hydrogen. You can write it at first also, so that you can write a balanced equation also. Okay. So what happened? The sodium was more reactive than hydrogen, as it is kept above the hydrogen in activity series. So it will displace the hydrogen from the water. Same is for the magnesium also. The magnesium will also displace the hydrogen. You can see this reaction. Okay. So these are the two main headings which you need to cover in your chapter. Now the next and the last heading from the chemical properties of metal is displacement of hydrogen from acids. It is displacement of hydrogen from acid. We will talk about two kinds of acid which is given in your book. That is dilute sulfuric acid and dilute hydrochloric acid. Okay, let us see the reactions. Okay kids, you can see this reaction that In this particular reaction, visibility is going low little bit. Okay, no, it is adjusted. You can see blue reaction as well. Okay, if it is not much visible. Okay, you can see the sodium is going to displace the hydrogen from dilute hydrochloric acid. You can see from this side, it is going to displace hydrogen from dilute hydrochloric acid. Same kind of reaction you can see with magnesium reacting with what? Dilute sulfuric acid. It is forming what? It is forming magnesium sulfate, that is MgSO4 plus hydrogen. Same reaction you can see with the iron. The iron is displacing the hydrogen from dilute sulfuric acid and forming the iron sulfate plus hydrogen. Now for the last, see the screen, this is the last part, that is reaction of the reaction with bases. Only some metals, for example aluminum and zinc, dissolving alkalis. Alkalis, what is alkali? It is the base which is soluble in water. So what I am saying, only some metals like aluminum and zinc dissolve in alkalis like sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide, forming salts and liberating hydrogen. But remember that these reactions do not occur with ammonium hydroxide, which is also an alkali. So what will happen? We can see this reaction. Aluminum plus potassium hydroxide gives out potassium aluminate plus hydrogen, and zinc plus sodium hydroxide gives sodium zincate plus hydrogen. This was all about the chemical properties of metals. In upcoming video, we will discuss about the chemical properties of non-metal. Till then, stay safe, stay at your home. Thank you everyone.